I'm gonna create a schoolhouse. Should be one. No, we'll work on that later. What we will work on is creating. Yeah. Jeez, I'm terrible at menus. We are gonna start up a woodcutter. Basically, its job is in order to cut wood into a usable resource that we'll be able to use in order to fuel the wood stoves that everybody has. In addition to that, we should also start thinking about clearing some resources while everybody's off the fields. We can start harvesting a lot of the resources that we have around here. So we're going to remove resources from around here, and we'll turn them into usable firewood, the stone for building, you know, all the good stuff that a medieval society might. Yeah, there we are, we're starting to run low on our stone reserves. All the firewood I think is tied up here. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people. I'm probably going to be running this at a very high speed for the entire duration of this Let's Play, because if you here, I'll just show you how slow it goes in 1 speed. They don't really run, they just sort of walk. At 2 speed, they're speed walking. At 5, they're sort of running, and at 10, well, unrealistic speed. Okay, so now that we have that, we'll have somebody cutting wood for us. 2 children, 2 have already grown up, so it's time to start teaching some people. The schoolhouse is a very useful building. Definitely secure it as soon as it's a viable choice. So we'll just clear out that iron, and we'll start building a schoolhouse there. We'll need somebody in order to be a teacher, but we're not going to have too much of a problem with that. Okay, we're almost done. Oh, we had some new children show up. Thought they didn't read. Let's got more space. We had some children born. Actually, I want to confirm that. Yeah, a child named blank was born. Okay. That will come in useful. One of the things that we're gonna sort of want to achieve is equilibrium. That's really difficult to do though. Build that house. I mean, schoolhouse. Educated workers almost work twice as fast and are twice as efficient, resource-wise. And I actually, yeah, I have a lot of teachers, but 1 is usually enough in order to take care of that. There is a downside to creating a schoolhouse, and that is when they usually a regular laborer who is uneducated can start working at 10. But an educated worker starts working at 17. because after they become 10, they go to school for 7 years, and then they're usable later. So instead of tying them up 2 years from 2 years from their birth, 5 times the speed of the actual years inside this game. Instead of taking them up for just 2 years in order to become a laborer, it will take them a total of around 3.5 years, which can be a major problem. If you do want to take the people out of school, you can bring down this to 0, because if the teacher is excluded, the people leave school, and however, if you do that, they won't go back. When they become 10 and there is no school, they will never become educated. If school is interrupted at any point, they will never become educated. So it's sort of a trade-off. Personally, I like educated workers. They work a lot better. But in the early stages, if you're having problems with population, with a viable population, it might be a better choice in order to not actually have a working school. Once again, if they're not presently working, if they're not presently students, they will take the labor default setting. So, do we have a citizens? Well, let's actually start building some stuff now. One of the other things we're going to want to do is some production in blacksmith. For blacksmithing, anybody who has a tool works. I think it's like almost twice as fast. Again, if they don't have a tool, they work much more slowly. So if you with stone as well, you'll be struggling with stone for a while. One of the things you can create is a stone mine. We might get that out, and we might not. I really like to try to avoid stone mines because, one, that location becomes entirely unusable. Even after the stone mine is complete, there will just be a pit there. So usually I like to trade for stone. And we'll talk about trade once it becomes important.